two, huh? Yes, god damn it. Oh man, I got to shorten this shit real. Oh, you made it lovely. My Bluetooth speaker. My phone just connected to where. Oh, we're about to have us a little conversation this morning about a conversation that took place last night. I missed the live stream, but I thought it was very interesting. Okay, I need to get my speakers connected, but my main speaker seems like it has a short in it. Let me see if I can fix it really quickly here. It's the second system that ended up with a short right in this area. Let's see. Come on, baby. Play for me. Play for me. I keep it really real. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm going to show you something. I wonder if it's in the iPad itself. Come on, baby. Come on. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. No, it must be the iPad. Okay, let me connect it to my Bluetooth. Good morning, everybody. I should have saved this topic for later, but I just wanted to get it off my chest early on so I can move on because I have a lot to do. I have a baby shower that I'm preparing for, and I've been looking for, I'm responsible. I already have the food situation all set, know what I'm making, cooking, and things like that. But the dessert, they gave me the responsibility of the dessert as well, and I was trying to debate whether I'm going to create the dessert or if I want to just go buy, like go to a bakery and I need to decide today because if I'm going to pay somebody to make these things, I'm going to have to go order it, today. So I do have all the flour and things like that. Just not sure. Just haven't decided. Okay, I want the best for my grandson, so I don't want to, I don't want anything that looks other than professional, pretty much. And I'm not great at decorating. You know what I mean? Like decorating the cakes and things like that. I'm not great at that. I've never even tried decorating the cake. I make cakes and cupcakes, and they taste fabulous. Okay, you would assume that it was come from a bakery, but I've never decorated. It's not my forte. Um, so I'm just not sure yet. Because there's other, I could decorate. I've seen some videos showing me how to do some fancy, quick decorating of a cake and cupcakes. I do have the everything that's needed. I'm still deciding. I'm still deciding. But anyway, let me go into my settings here and turn on the Bluetooth. But it sounded like something else connected to this. So I'm going to have to turn it off. Probably my phone, which is somewhere around here. When it does a double beep, that means something connected on that. So turn off my phone, Bluetooth. I have so many devices, man, that connects so many things in this house. It's ridiculous. Okay, turn the Bluetooth off. Phone. Turn this back on. But if it beep again, it connects to something. What is this thing called? That's just it. This must be it. There's so many Bluetooth speakers. I can't remember if this one, what is this called? I don't know what this, oh no. Okay, I see what's going on. This is it. Called Boom Boy. There we go. Okay, let's get it. Oh my God. I just realized the reason why I wasn't playing because the iPad wasn't turned up. I just had to turn the iPad up. But anyway, we're gonna do it through this. I just made another one. Hey, yeah. I keep it real and real. Fuck all the haters and fuck how you feel. Hey, listen. I keep it real and real. Fuck all the critics and fuck how they feel. What? I keep it real and real. I keep it real and real. What? I keep it real and real. Fuck all the critics and fuck how they feel. It is what it is. Do what I do. So we're gonna be talking about Rashida Strober. Yeah. I keep it real and real. Let me stop this. Okay, so Rashida Strober, I did some research on her last night after looking at a live stream that she did with O'Shea Duke. Is that his name? O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm sorry, O'Shea Duke Jackson. And I'm gonna be honest. It kind of in the beginning I was feeling what she was saying, and then she kind of undercut her own self. She kind of swiped her whole argument from underneath herself with some of the things that she stated. You know, I think some people, I guess when you make money, when your money and your survival is based on a particular topic, you hold on to that as long as you can in order to benefit your pockets, right? I get it. Trust and believe I get it. Based on what my research, the short little research I've done, but I'm gonna just be honest. There's not much, you know, to research on her, right? It looks like she did a couple of plays that wasn't very successful. Wrote a couple of books, wasn't very successful. Like her Wikipedia doesn't even tell you how old she is or anything like that. Like I had to do some adding with my fingers in order to even find out how old she was. And that's because in like 2013 there was an article done on her, and at the time she was 35 at that time, which she was a young lady, a young woman. And so I had to add that up, from 2013 to 2019, just to kind of get an idea of whether I should be, referring to her like someone who would be like, maybe I'll be her aunt. But it seems like we're not that far in difference, age difference. So I would probably just be like an older cousin, right? Like an older cousin. But she's, she's been pushing this darkism thing. And I don't know if that's the benefit. Who does that benefit? I'm not sure. What I do know is that O'Shea asked her some nice questions. Like, she went on a great panel. Like, O'Shea himself, he's very respectful. You know what I mean? Like, he asks the questions. He's listening to what you're saying. He asks the questions. It's not, it's not O'Shea who is the big bad wolf here on YouTube. Like, if you can have a conversation with him, he's very respectful. That's why when I noticed that she had done several panels with him, and I have also been on a O'Shea panel, and I'm gonna tell you that I didn't feel threatened or beaten up on, not by him. What usually happens is when he brings on other people, other men. You know, after he have the conversation with you, and then he adds other people to the conversation. That's when shit usually go bad, go south, because all the men, you know, that he allows on, which I think he pretty much allows anybody who, you know, who wants to come up and have a voice, which I get. That's fair. I just think that at that time, that's when everything kind of goes south. You know, because you have a lot of uneducated men coming up and just saying anything, and they spewing, most of the time spewing their hatred. Now, with Rashida yesterday, though, it was a great conversation. You know, she was talking about colorism, what she and I guess what she calls darkism, right? Just giving it a term in itself is almost like, whew, what, instead of us trying to get away from colorism and wanting people to not really judge us based on our skin tones, we start giving ourselves, you know what I mean, titles. We start giving it titles. You start giving it titles, then it starts picking up. Instead of going away, it actually starts becoming a thing. And I think darkism um, is something that people could start using against our darker brothers and sisters. You know, I think it coming up with a term for it, instead of saying, hey, we don't want these terms, we don't want to be labeled. She's decided to pick up a label, create a label. Okay, you know, all good, all gravy, right? Do what you do. Um, but we want to listen to some of the things she said yesterday. Okay. Uh-oh. It turned off on me. Let me turn it back on. Um, I guess after you don't use it for like a couple of minutes, it turns off automatically. Anyway, so I thought the interview was fantastic. I thought it was fabulous. It's just that she, in the beginning, she was speaking about, you know, colorism, how it affects people, and herself. She said it affected her, which, based on, you know, I like hearing from people who are telling you their truth. You can't erase her truth, right? She's telling you, hey, this is why I seemed angry. This is why I'm mad. This is why things, you know, when you approach me, I might not be welcoming me, you know, and I might not say hello to you and smile at you. She is explaining that. Okay, so if the men want to know why, then this woman right here is telling you exactly why. I've told you why I myself noticed that women do not smile just at any strange guy, right? There are many reasons why women aren't smiling at men who they don't know. It's different once we get to know you. Once we know your name or we see you every so often, and then of course a woman might look at you and smile, but some strange man just passing by in a grocery store or on the street, you know what I mean? What make you think you deserve something from anybody, let alone a woman? You're not concerned about the men who not looking at you and shaking your hand. Why are you concerned about the women who aren't looking at you? It sounds like a group of men who wants the attention, and because they're not getting it, they want to blame the woman. That's what it sounds like to me. Because I promise you, I don't bother or complain about a man not looking at me in the grocery stores or on the street. Now, if it's somebody who I'm dealing, who's in my vicinity, always in my space, and I'm looking at him and trying to get his attention, and I can't get his attention, and maybe that might anger me, and I might come to YouTube and start complaining about how these men look mean and not looking at black women or this or that. But other than that, why would I care about a stranger smiling at me in the grocery store? People are, in our society today, we are one of those quick, like they call it, like the microwave society, right? It's almost quick, and everything's moving constantly, just going. You don't really have time really to do anything except try to support your family. If you're doing anything other than that, you almost, it's like you don't have a life. You probably don't have a family. Those of us with families, we have people who go into work, they go to work and they work, then they come home from work, and then they might even have to work at home. And if they're not going straight home, they might be going to a second job, or they're going to work out. Taking care of themselves and their families. We got a group of people on YouTube who are just whining, crying. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all got time to pay attention to the cashier at the Walmart who isn't smiling at you when you go through her line. Cause I promise you, the rest of us don't have time for that shit. I don't have time to be worrying about, you know, her issues, whether she having a good day or a bad day. You don't even care, because if you did, you would ask the young woman, "Hey, why you not smiling?" But you don't give a shit. All you notice is that the woman not looking at you. She's not giving you the attention that you want, that you desire, and now you're angry. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of that. Okay, I'm gonna get off that. Let's get on Rashida. So Rashida is, like I said, she I guess she considers herself a darkism activist. Okay, and she supports. Let me see what that actually means, because that darkism activist. Let's see what that means, because I don't want to make any assumptions. Okay, because I'm wondering what is she when she said activist of darkism, supports darkism, like let me see. She's the dark skinned activist. Meet the founder of darkism and colorism activist movement. Let's see what that movement is about. Okay, I think this is her website itself. Okay, so I'm not reading what anybody else put up but her. The world's first and only dark skinned activist, Rashida Strober, the first person in history to be an activist for dark skin. Miles, she gave herself a whole lot of credit there, huh? It's weird, but if she go through history, she'll find that there were many people who was But I guess she means that she's going not just for black people, but for dark skinned people. She decided not to be an activist for black people as a whole, but she's going to be an activist for just the dark skinned black. Okay, makes sense, does it? Not really, right? Not really, and I'll explain that in a minute. Okay, this is not good. Her website needs to be updated, because I can't read this on the iPad. Wow, this is bad. Yeah. Okay, so hire somebody to do your website, sweetheart, because this is cut off on the iPad. Maybe on the let me check it out on the computer, because I can't read words because it's cut off. Okay. Bringing awareness and solutions to the struggles of dark-skinned people since 1989. 98, I'm sorry. Wow, okay, it's not even but a decade or so, right? What is dark skin activism? Created See, it's cut off. Let me find it on the computer. Jesus. Like if she was trying to be legit for real, she would grab her iPad or maybe a phone and go check out our website. I really cannot read it. I'm not like legit serious. I'm not trying to bash anybody. Let me see what this website is called. Dark Skin is Beautiful. Let's see. It's Beautiful Campaign. Okay, so .com. So the website is darkskinisbeautifulcampaign.com. Okay, so let me type this in my. Hopefully, in my phone I can see it, but I doubt it. If I can't see it, if it won't change for the iPad, it most definitely probably not gonna change for the phone. Let me see. Yeah, it's just as worse on the phone. Let me go to the website. God damn. Okay. Okay, let's see what's on the website. What we have. This is ridiculous, man. I'm about to do this so because I had no idea. Like if you're gonna have a website, you know what I'm saying? Like make sure you people can see your website. You know, not many people are on computers these days. Right? So it's called you want your website to be set up where people can see it from all devices. Okay, so I can read it from the computer. So let me tell you what it says. What is dark skin activism? I created dark skin activism. Wow, she wants to give herself credit for that right off the bat. The first platform in history for dark skin in 1998 out of my own personal pain as a dark skinned female. The first platform in history for dark skin. Okay, I get it. Okay, I was a victim of darkism while growing up and throughout my life. I had grown up in school being bullied. Wait, the I thought the question was what is dark skin activism? But she's telling her life story. Um. Okay, so wait. Um. I gave birth to dark with a lecture given. It's in pickup. The aim is to get rid of darkism, which is a word and book. Oh my God. Okay. Now I know who I'm dealing with. Okay, you know when you what is dark skin activism? That's the question mark she has there. And then she goes into a little life story, but she has not defined what uh dark skin activism is. I don't know what it is. She just told us that she created the term, and then she then tells us that she has a book. But she's not telling us what dark skin activism is. Yeah, she has a book called The Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Movement. Wow, y'all. Wow. Are y'all fucking serious? Like I went to the only reason I did the research on her is because I saw somebody who was talking about it last night, and it was talking about her in great high esteem, as if you know what I mean, like she's this educator of. And so the first thing I expect you to have is your website straight and together, so people can. I also expect that if you are this person that people hold in high esteem, that you have your shit together, right? So what is darkism? Like when you if you made a website and you came up with these terms, you give them a definition. What the hell is darkism? Okay, so I'm looking. She tells us that she created the term and she does not define it. If you want something to take off, you want people to use, you know what I mean? You want to take credit for something that I guess takes off. How is it going to take off if you don't give it a definition? She just said I was a victim of darkism. Darkism. I'm dark, so we're going to call it darkism, and that's what darkism is. There is no clear definition. Now, maybe when she's talking about it, but I didn't hear her give a definition or even darkism yesterday. I just hear somebody who keeps taking credit for the term, but the term itself, she hasn't given a clear definition. Okay, so if she happens to listen to this, you might want to sit down and come up with an actual definition. Now, I'm gonna look it up somewhere other. Maybe you placed it somewhere else. Let's look it up. Let me look it up real quick. Darkism. Let's see. uh, nope, it looks like that's probably your book. Okay, the Urban Dictionary. Let's see what that term come up. The Urban Dictionary has darkism, English saying for something that's evil. Okay, so yeah, you and that term been up there way before anybody even heard of you really. So you actually didn't take a term, you know what I mean? Like you didn't take a word and create a word based on what you're saying. You took a word and you put it, used it the way you want to use it, and you haven't even given it a definition. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna leave that right there. Okay. But I do think that she has a book. Let me see what they said. The Dark Skin Privilege. Darkism. Wow. Let's see. Yes, it's just the only thing I find is anything that she put up herself, right? Like she put up the website. Looked like she had a little movement she was trying to get to go somewhere, and so um, she's basically just, yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a deeper than that. Based on what I was hearing last night, I thought she was somebody, you know what I mean, like somebody who was really out there pushing something and being an activist. But that's not what's going on. We just have somebody who's selling books, trying to sell some plays surrounding her life, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that they made it seem like she was more than what was, which is the only reason I'm doing this because I felt kind of like when I listened to that conversation yesterday, I was thinking to myself, what just happened here? Okay, like I I thought she was somebody, you know, who wrote books and was doing things, maybe like a professor, and they have done the research into what she calls this darkism. But just based on what I found just in a couple of minutes here doing this live stream, I realized that, yeah, I did some research last night. Like I was listening to her in other hangouts. Uh, and, you know, all I saw was somebody crying. I'm going to be 100 with you. And I'm gonna tell you why. In the beginning, when she was speaking, I felt her pain. I understand. We understand colorism. She did not create colorism. Colorism has been around before she was even born. Before I was born. Before anybody who's alive today was born. Okay, it's something that was created as a standard, even within our own community, within the black community. This colorism shit came about, right? Because if you was lighter skinned or able to pass, you had more opportunities here in the US, in the United States, right? Based on things like that. And then I don't know how, where, or when, but people started basing people's abilities to be honest and truthful and great on their skin tone, which is ridiculous because we're born, right? We could be born innately evil and have light skin, and it's the vice versa as well. But that's something we got to work out in our community, right? Other people don't really have it as bad as we do in our community, right? It's not as bad, but they do have colorism that goes on in other communities. And also, you do know in other communities they have other issues, right? Where they think that the woman with the blonde hair might be is the sexiest, but she's also the dumbest, right? There's all kinds of bull crap that goes on that doesn't make sense. We're here in the United States with the belief systems. But we're gonna get back on Rashida Strober. So Rashida spoke about how dark skinned women, she even went so far to bring it to dark skinned women, not dark skinned people, but dark skinned women. So that's when I started realizing that this person really is an activist, right? And if she is it for a very, it's like for, she done separated herself even from dark skinned men, whom if they told you their stories would be similar, if not even worse, especially in society. Now, as far as dating and things like that, even in that instance, the black men have stated that when they were younger, young girls will call them ugly because he was dark. She's not even giving credence to that. She just want to talk about the black woman, right? The dark skinned black woman. So I found that very interesting yesterday. But when she said this, oh baby, we about to play it. Let's turn the speaker on. When she said this, I know goddamn well my ears perked up, baby. Okay? And I could tell soon as she said it, I looked at O'Shea's face and I was like, ah, it's about to be on. Okay? Let's listen to what she said.
They could be stabbing you in your back. They could be jealous. They could be nasty. They could be envious, but you ain't seeing that on the surface because you so caught up with this big smile they got on their face and the fact that they light skin and that's easier to deal with. Whereas that dark skinned woman, and I've had black men, shout out to my light skinned boyfriend, the light skinned friends that I've had that have done exactly what I'm saying.
Light skinned boyfriend. Shout out to her light skinned boyfriend. Now that caught my attention. That caught my attention. I'm about to tell you why. And she don't even understand how this conversation went from there. She absolutely either acted like she was stupid or she's actually stupid. And I'm going to tell you why. She started to talk about how when O'Shea mentioned, hey, what you just mentioned, shout out to my light skinned boyfriend out there. She started to talk about what nobody cared when her ex husband was darker than dark, real dark, like couldn't see him at night dark, based on what she said. That's not her exact quote, but I'll play that in a moment. She didn't say nobody cared, but now that she mentions that she's with a light-skinned man, people care. And she's all wrong. That's not even what nobody was saying. What we say, first of all, what I'm saying to you is this. When you talked about your boyfriend, why did you even mention his skin color? You claim you don't want colorism. You claim you don't want darkism, but you participated in it every step of the fucking way. Nobody should know the skin color of your boyfriend unless they have put their eyes on him. If y'all sitting side by side and people notice his skin color, but there is no reason or rhyme or reason that you should have mentioned the skin tone of your boyfriend. None. We claim we want to get away from colorism, and yet we participate in it every step of the way. I never mentioned anything about what skin color any of my family is. If it wasn't for the fact that I have pictures out there and have been out there, I have never come to YouTube claiming I'm a light skinned sister. I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a this. You just know I'm black, right? I'm black. And when I mention my husband, I never mentioned, oh, my husband is a dark skin. These is not serious conversations that I partake in. Anytime I've ever mentioned anything like that, it's because somebody questioned me about it. Because I remember when somebody assumed that my husband was white. For years, people assumed my husband was white. For years. And I just never understood why people, and I didn't try to convince them otherwise. You know what I mean? I never tried to convince them otherwise. I didn't think it was any of their goddamn business. For like 15 years on Pal Talk, I was on a program called Pal Talk. People thought my husband was white on some real shit for real. I don't even know why. They would just assume, you know, they would just assume that I could not be married to a black man. The same bullshit that happens here on YouTube. Because if you're married to a black man, then he must be a simp, or he must be that. He's probably a gangster. They probably don't do nothing. Probably don't work. Probably, like I've heard every fucking thing. You find out he works, then he must be a simp. What you mean he must be a simp? He works. He work. He works a job. He's a professional man. How in the hell did he go from being a professional man to a simp? Only in the black community. Only in the black community is a working man a simp. If he don't speak the way some of these men speak, then he's a simp. If he's educated, he's a simp. If he's this, he's an educated lame. If he's this, where the fuck all this shit come from? I don't even know where this nonsense come from in our community. And now we got a group of women looking up to a woman who calls herself a darkism activist. And we're wondering, well, where is the activist? Like, where are you? And what are you trying to change? While using terms like, uh, he's light skinned, he's dark skinned. You know, I was married to a blue black nigga. That, like, she said that shit. Let's listen. Let's listen to what she had to say.
They were able to break through my barrier with a lot of persistence and kindness. They broke my ass down. And I'm tell you, I'm hard. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I'm hard, I'm suspicious, and I don't take shit. But if a black man comes to me with sincereness, and I can generally read it, and he's persistent, and I can see that he cares.
And he's persistent. Oh my God. Did y'all? This woman absolutely told people and the men that if you want a black woman, that you're gonna have to work hard for it. You're gonna have to put up with bullshit. You're gonna have to try to crack that exterior that's very hard. And you're just gonna have to put up whatever she put out to you. And eventually, maybe, possibly, you might get to the gooey little center. O'Shea asked her a question. He said, okay, let's let's say that what you're saying about dark skinned black women, right? And I don't even know why they're talking about dark skinned black women instead of just black women in general, but okay. If what you're saying is true, how can the men help? And she absolutely said, hold me like a baby. Pamper me, change my pampers, and do everything I want you to do. Take my punches, my nasty attitude as I slam you. Take all of that, and one day I may change for you. And she thinks that is legit. This grown ass woman, 40 plus years old, thinks that's legit. You really think so? We already got issues within our community, right? We got people in our community who has to go out into the real world and deal with people who already have issues with them. You know what I mean? Just based on our skin color, even when you're light skinned. Even though I'm light skinned, I have blue eyes. If you don't think I get the stares and the people want to inform me that I'm black as if I don't know this already. You know what I mean? They got people who will go out of their fucking way to let me know that I'm black. Okay? And I'm telling you, I can tell you some stories. I can tell you stories where people have called the police. I didn't say a word, just was standing there silent as could be. They informing me that they have the right to call the police. And so they will call the police. And they want me to know that because I'm black, that I'm about to have the police come. And they thought that I would run. They thought I would just, run somewhere and hide. They were shocked that I stood there and waited for the police. Because see, they think that we all are criminals. They really do think we're all are criminals and that we all are afraid of the cops. Now, mind you, if I was a criminal, or if I had a warrant out for my arrest or something like that, soon as somebody mentioned the police, yeah, I would have tried to get up out of there. They assume that we all are criminals and that we all are going to run from the cops. And this has happened to me for no fucking reason. Just because some little white lady, right? Some white woman who wants to prove to me that she has more power in this country than I do. So she picks up the phone to call 911. Okay? And if I told you why, it happened several fucking times through my life. And if I told you why, you would be like, for real, what? Y'all seeing this shit every day, right? One female called the cops on a young girl because she was selling water. Well, the cops got called on me because I was walking through the store with my purse. That's it. My purse was a big purse. I was walking through the store with my purse. One time I got called on because I was in the store drinking a drink. And a lady in the store decided to tell me that I can't drink my drink in the store. Now she didn't work there. She telling me I cannot drink a drink in the store. Out of the blue. Just looks at me. You can't do that. Gal? Call me a gal. Gal? You can't do that. Like, I look at her. I'm like, I didn't even know who she was speaking to. Speaking to me? Yeah. She was speaking to me. So I continued to sip on my drink. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't say nothing. I just continued. I just stood there and sipped on my drink. And that irritated her. That I didn't follow her instructions when she told me to. When she told me, gal, put that drink away right now, gal. When I didn't follow her instructions, then she decided I'm gonna call the police. Acting as if we back in slavery, where she could just call the police. So they could come and check my documentation, check my papers to make sure I have the freedom to really be out. Because my master, can you check her papers to make sure her master is telling her she could be in this area at this time? Because she's over there drinking on that drink. So I don't want to hear no bullshit. See, you're not going to tell me that because the color of your skin, because you being darker, that is the reason why you have a whole lot of problems in this nation. You won't even listen to other people when they tell you their issues. But we give you the benefit of the doubt, right? I say, okay, look, I know that the media right? The media isn't portraying uh, dark-skinned people, by the way, not just women, dark-skinned people fairly. They're not even treating black people as a whole fairly. Okay, but okay, we'll give you that. We'll say that, when they show this or when they show that, they make it seem like it's shocking that you could be so beautiful when you're dark skinned. I'll give you that. I'm not gonna take away your experiences. I'm not gonna put you down and deny it, because I know what's going on. I know what's going on with me. You know goddamn well I know what's going on with you. Problem is, some of you don't want to hear when we tell you our stories. You wanna act like our stories aren't real, but you expect everybody to just listen to your story. Anyway, so this woman wants men to put up with that bullshit. Are you kidding me? You's a grown ass woman. You need to go get you some help. That's what you need to do. Go see a psychiatrist. Because if you expect these black men to put up with your bullshit just because, like, I thought she said she was an activist. I thought she was for the betterment of dark skinned women. And if that's true, then what she should be saying is, ladies, we have these issues and they're valid. We are the victim, because I heard her use the word victim often. So she could say, look, we the victims, but we can't let this hold us down. So we need to get from underneath this. We need to conquer this victimization, right? So we no longer consider victims. Don't act like victims. Don't be, you know what I mean? Don't announce yourself as a victim and hold your head up high with pride. And if you're having issues with that, seek counsel. You need a counselor, a psychiatrist, somebody to help you through this. Because if you think that other people are gonna take on your issues and handle and deal with your abuse, your meanness and toughness, whatever you want to call it, as a grown adult. See, I get it when we kids, right? When we kids, I get it. Even the young boys get it. They're like, oh, she's mean, but she's pretty. She's mean, but I like her. When we in private, she's nice to me. You a grown ass adult and you still doing the shit you was doing when you was a girl. See, when we were girls, we didn't have that confidence in ourselves. We was trying to figure out who we are, trying to figure out who we are as it relates to this world we live in, how we gonna fit in, where we're gonna fit in. And through all of that education, and research, trying to figure yourself out, you should have learned that being mean is not going to work for you. It's going to leave you stuck. You're going to be in the same position because adult people don't want to deal with mean people. You see what I mean? Adult people don't want to deal with mean people. We don't want to have to deal with anything other than what we already putting up with, right? With our families. So if I deal with anybody outside of my family, I hope that it's nice. It's a nice interchange, exchange of ideas and things like that. I want it to be nice and or fun, but I don't want to have to work hard at it. I can't be friends with mean people because shit, that shit would get on my nerves. I'm not trying to kiss your ass every goddamn day. And let me tell you, I have some people in my family we already walk on eggshells with. I can't say anything. I can't even be right because if I'm right, then it's a problem. That's in my own motherfucking family. So I have family members I don't say not a fucking thing around. You can't be right because you're always wrong. Even when you're right, you're wrong. And then when they find out that you was right, you still wrong because you shouldn't have never even mentioned that you was right. How that figures out? I'm not even lying about this shit. Okay. So they got certain people I just don't. I don't fuck with them. I say I love them because I love them. You know, I wouldn't want nothing bad to happen to them and all that good old shit. I love them because I love them because they family. But yeah, we don't have no conversations to be had, and for them to be right, we'll lose everything. Right now, we about losing family property because of somebody, and I need to make a decision even on that, because I'm about to lose some shit from my fucking kids and grandkids because somebody in my fucking family wants to be right. Jeez. And it's gonna be worse. It's gonna get a lot worse if my mom end up passing away. My mom passed away, boy, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. So I guess I'm gonna have to start putting my foot down even on my family. But this bush and I don't know. Like the person I'm talking about, she's not light skinned like I am. She's not real dark skinned. She's brown skinned, right? Pretty skin complexion. Are you telling me the reason she's like that is because she's dark skinned? The reason, are you telling me the reason I'm so nice is because I'm light skinned? And you telling me that I'm so feminine because I'm light skinned? Like I don't believe any of that. Uh, I think that we are the way we are. We grow up, we decide what route we want to take. We decide which route is the best for us. We do things to protect ourselves. Because I've done things like I'm not, I think I'm really nice. I am really a nice person, and that comes with consequences. Because I noticed that people will test me, and that's the wrong thing you want to do is test me, right? Because you don't want you think I'm so nice that you think I'm a pushover, and then you find out that I push back real fucking hard, and it confuses people. It actually knocks them off their equilibrium, right? They kind of get a little fucked up behind that, because I could go from being really nice, which I am by nature, really nice, but my dad is deep down in me, right? That manu, that's what they call it in my family. They call it manu. Manu is me. Manu was me. Manu didn't take no shit from people who wasn't his family. And so you find out that, when my mom would tell me I'm like my dad, she was talking about that mean side of me, which could come out, and it peeks its head out often. Every so often, it peeks its head out when it needs to. That's human nature, right? We protect ourselves. We protect ourselves. So, but what that got to do with me being light skinned? That has to do with my upbringing. That has to do with me sitting down, and figuring out who I am through my lifetime, and realizing how am I going to succeed in anything? How am I going to move around this goddamn nation? And I made a conscious decision to be nice to people. I want people to treat me a certain way, and therefore I treat them that way. As soon as you treat me otherwise, then I will smack you fucking down with the meanness, baby, and call you baby at the same time. I don't even know. This is called life. And some of y'all don't know. Y'all still haven't figured out life yet. And it's sad. It's sad. You're 40 something years old and you haven't figured out life. You bragging about your light skinned boyfriend who just bought you some fucking tickets. You 40 something fucking years old. What the fuck? You sounded like a teenager. Y'all need to seek some goddamn help through a counselor so you can mature, because This shit right here is ridiculous. This shit I heard this woman say is fucking ridiculous. Grown ass 40 something year. Let's listen to some of this shit.
Now you got to remember, you're still dealing with an emotional feminine being. You can break it down if you choose to put the time and energy and effort. But again, on the flip side, if you choose the easy way out, and I'm not saying all light-skinned women are devious, but I know some of them are low good and no low down, aka the one you had up on your show. That chick, I gotta be honest, she was smiley, kiki, and I was saying what I had to say, and it was this situation where this light-skinned woman over here is acting all nice and feminine, and Rashida is over here all rah rah rah. But I'm one of the most realest, nicest people that you ever fucking want to meet.
Okay. I think they mentioned that she was referring to Michelle Nicole or Nicole Michelle, whatever her fucking name is. Somebody can shoot. Okay, I didn't see that live stream, but what I will tell you is this. Um, Rashida just mentioned that the light skinned woman was on the one end acting feminine, right? While she was on the one other end acting rah rah rah. And she wants to blame the feminine woman. See, what does my actions have to do with your actions, sister? You see what I'm saying? Like, my actions has nothing to do with you. If that sister wasn't up there, would you have still been rah rah rah? Are you comparing it because there was another sister up there to compare you to? If she had been another dark skinned sister and she was feminine over there, would you have compared yourself to her? Like, this is ridiculous. If you are rah rah rah, look, I get rah rah rah, right? My buttons are easily pushed here on YouTube because I think it's fun. I don't really get angry at nobody. You crack a joke, you sling some shit at me, I'm gonna pick that shit up and sling it back at you. No big deal. I get the rah 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 too. And so, and I don't blame that on anybody though. I don't say, well, there was another woman up there and she was silent, so I look bad. Nah, I look like what I was doing because I was doing it. Whatever you doing, you're doing. And it has nothing to do with the other woman who wasn't doing anything. Okay? You could sit on the panel and act just as feminine. Wait until the men ask you a question and you answer their question. Don't pay attention to the ones who insult you, and we can get along fine. But see, I have decided I'm not fucking with these dudes no motherfucking more. You say one fucking thing about me, I'm coming at you. And the thing is, I go for the juggler, bitch. Fuck these bitch ass niggas on YouTube. Y'all gotta be the worst. Listen, I I run around in different circles of people, all colors. And I have never run across another group of men who act like this bullshit. When men have a problem with women, right? Other men, they not calling them out of their name the way y'all do. And they're not talking about a whole group of women neither. If let's see a guy named Rob, I'm gonna use Rob. Rob is a good name, right? Let's say Rob has a problem with Yvette. Is that white Yvette? I don't know. But uh Rob has a problem with Yvette, and Rob will have a fucking problem with Yvette, but he's not gonna have a problem with Rhonda and Stacy, and you know what I mean? He don't have a problem with all the women. He has a problem with Yvette. And he mentions that Yvette is a bitch. But he's not gonna be talking about all women. Because when I said his name was Rob or Steve or whoever, these men understand that they like women, they love women, and they want to be with women. Therefore, they will not beat up on women, but they will beat up on the woman who has given them grief and hell. Black men, y'all seem to want to beat up on women, black women as a whole. And it's because you're angry with your mothers. You have issues with your mothers. I suggest you go and talk to your mother because it'll solve a lot of your problems. Some of you whiny, crying ass, whiny babies. You see what I'm saying? You're whining and shit. Your mama treated you a certain way. You saw how she treated men. And now you want to say that all black women are that way. Just because your mom was a hoe, don't make every black woman a hoe. Okay? Your slow-mo hoe mama, and that's on her. Go have that conversation with her. But don't bring your mama issues to me, nigga. Ladies, you got to stop this bullshit. This YouTube bullshit, this shit gonna stop. Okay? If I gotta walk around in everybody's different channels and start punking these bitches, y'all better stop this bullshit. It's time for me to pull out the goddamn belt and start whipping y'all asses. This is ridiculous. And then we got women like this woman here telling men, you giving them ammunition, telling them, oh yeah, well we need you to put up with our bullshit. Just put up with it. We're gonna continue to be mean. We're gonna continue to be nasty, and we just want you to get, put up with it. Eventually, hopefully, maybe one day, I might become nice enough for you to want to handle. Girl, go see a psychiatrist, okay? Because maybe you got mama issues too. I don't know what's going on. I expect this from the younger generation, and the younger generation not even acting like this. This is what's fucked up, y'all. The millennials are the smartest motherfuckers on this shit. Woo! And that's bad. That's bad when me saying the millennials are the smartest. It's not even millennial. The Gen Zs, these kids are smarter than us as a whole. The kids are not caring about no skin color. They're not caring about no skin shade. They're not caring about no hair texture. They're coming up not even caring about none of that shit. Okay? I don't know why that is. I don't know, I think because instead of their parents actually educating them and shit, the internet is, right? The internet is educating our kids today. And so they see everything, a little bit of everything, and it's normal to them. So they're not judging it. They think that it's different, and everything's different is beautiful. And I think that's gonna be the survival of our goddamn humanity, is these goddamn Gen Zs and these younger millennials. Now these older millennials, all y'all fucked up too. Y'all fucked up too. And listen, I'ma even blame my generation. I'ma blame the X's, right? Gen X's. I'ma blame us. I'm gonna give it some. I'm gonna place some of the blame on us because we didn't stand up and take the responsibility of educating our kids. Because a lot of you didn't have your parents in the household, and it was a destruction, right? It was a cracking of the family. It was like the beginning of the breakup of the family, and people thought it was disastrous, right? So in your mind, you're thinking your dad and your mom not together. Oh Lord, I'm having issues. Oh my God, my family not the regular family. Oh my God, and it's just so everybody walking around like they all fucked up, and nobody going to seek no help. We just figured, okay, everybody fucked up. Now the family has restructured itself. You might have a single parent, and you may not. You may have a single parent dad, you might have a single parent mother, but you can still have a family. These young kids not really crying that their mom and dad got divorced because they may have never been married, and they still might have both of them in their life, and it's normal to them, right? Uh, I don't know what the hell going on with this goddamn society and these goddamn women who using their skin tones in order to try to get men to put up with their shit. Girl, go and get some motherfucking counseling. You had me up until you told us that your goddamn boyfriend was a light skin. Shout out to the light skin. I was like, what the fuck? Is she kidding me right now? You could have said, yes, I have a boyfriend, and shout out to him for buying me these tickets that we going to go to this concert. But no, you had to mention that he light skinned. And then on top of that, oh my God, when she started explaining how she didn't chose him, he chose her, which puts a dent in your whole theory. If you're saying men aren't choosing you because you dark skinned, and yet a light skinned man chose you because you dark skinned, girl, bye. Bye, girl. You's a dumb bitch.
So a lot of dark skinned women, we do have that garden. But that might have been, was that Irene? That might have been Irene. I didn't even remember her name, but I saw a lot of bullshit and fuckery going on there. I read right through it, and I just don't have time for it. But the thing is, a lot of dark skinned women are really good, decent human beings. You just have to be willing. The question is, are you as a black man willing to take the time and break through that wall like a diamond in the rough?
Diamond in the rough.
Dust the edges off and see what's
dust the edges off. Girl, nobody is going to dig through no motherfucking dirt, through no mud to try to find no goddamn piece of diamond that they didn't have to dust off and try to get to the center of it in hopes that it might be shiny and pretty in the end. Girl, you are too fucking old for that shit. That is some shit that maybe some teenagers may do. That might be some shit I might expect somebody who's in their 18, 19, 20, 21, who might have, because they got a lot of life to live, right? They young and they trying to figure out themselves. They trying to figure out what type of women they like. I can see them digging and searching and dusting off and figuring that shit out. Girl, you're 40 something years old. Nobody in over 35 should be trying to figure out a woman and changing her. Girl, if you not who you are by now, without any nigga dusting you off, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Y'all have the mentality of fucking children. You don't know who you are, that's on you. You're not happy with who you are, that's on you. Go and make those fucking changes. But do not expect a man to come and change you. We already know this. That's what you just said. That you want him to dig and come down, dust you off, and change you into a better person. I don't even know how the fuck I ended up stumbling on you, girl, because we would have never been in the same circles. Girl, bye. And everybody who follow her, listen. Hi, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put the link in the goddamn listen. I can't even do it. Oh Lord have mercy, man. Listen, young ladies, if by age 35, and I'm giving you 35, I would say with women, we should know who we are by 30. Okay? 25, by 25, many women already have some understanding of who they are and where they fit in society because, right? Because a lot of shit is going on. You already understand how men work. You know how you fit in there. You know what I mean? You try to figure shit out. By age 30, you should already have some resemblance of what your life is and where you want it to go and how to get there. What you need to do to get there. Okay? So I'm going to just put it out there. Men, it takes them a little longer because they got so much to deal with. There's a lot of things going on with the men. The men, they mature much later. Okay, and when I say much later, I'm talking about much later. A man could be 40, still trying to figure it out, especially a black man, and that's because our society, the way it is built. You know what I'm saying? One of our young men might end up in jail at a young age. He might be doing a lot of dumb shit in the beginning. And then by the time he turned a certain age and something may happen that may change him, and then he start realizing, hey, I need to change up. So yeah, it's a lot of different things with the men. Okay, it's a lot because they have more pressures on them. You ladies though, god damn, what the hell? This woman sat up there 40 plus years old talking about, yes, come and dust me off, dig me up, dust me off, and hopefully I may be shiny enough for you eventually after you get all the hardness off. Girl, if you're not polished by now, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Men, don't be dealing with these women who you need to polish if they are over the age of 40, most definitely. Because I tell you, there is no polishing. What you see is basically what you're going to get the majority of the time. She is already set in her fucking ways. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about when you just meet her. And you know what I mean? She might not be smiling when you first meet her. But I'm talking about it by the time you have a little conversation, little things that pop out here and there, that's her. That's her. I promise you that. Okay? And the only way that won't be her is if she goes seek some goddamn counsel, some counseling. Somebody who's gonna help teach her, educate her to do things different. Because if you think overnight she just gonna wake up and be a different person, a nicer person, nah, that ain't gonna happen, baby. She might be able to play nice for a couple of hours each day, and then when those guards go down, will she just be her? The nasty part gonna come out, and it has nothing to do with her skin tone. Okay, if she's angry, then she needs to seek out assistance. If the issues that she has is because she's angry, tell that bitch to go get some help. Tell that bitch to go get some help. And I'm telling you, I mean, I'm being real about this shit. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's why I had to play that song. I keep it realer than real. Fuck all you critics and fuck how you feel. I don't give a damn. I don't usually talk about the colorism issue. And I'm not even, as you see, I'm not really talking about the colorism issue. I push that to the side because basically what I'm saying is that this has nothing to do with skin tone. The colorism issue in itself is ridiculous. In that we judge people based on stupid shit like skin tone. So I know there'll be people say, oh, she light skinned and she talking about the dark woman. No, I'm not talking about the dark woman. I'm talking about a grown ass woman. I don't care what her skin tone is. Okay? Let's listen to some of the other shit this woman had to say. Because she started to backtrack. Like everybody with a brain heard what that woman said when she mentioned her boyfriend was light skinned. And so if we go back to the colorism issue, we will wonder, well, why is it? First of all, if you claiming you can't get a man because you dark skinned, then how did you get a man? Then on top of that, how did you get a light skinned man? Right? The ones that y'all, she says is different and special. So her argument was swept right from underneath her. In fact, she the one who kicked herself down. She the one who swept her argument away. Her own goddamn words. Her own words. You say you're not pretty enough? Or you say they say you're not pretty enough and yet you have a boyfriend. You say they say you're not pretty enough and yet you were married. You say they say you're not pretty enough and the only reason you got divorced is because you divorced him. This is based on what she said. So who said you're not pretty enough if you ended up married? Girl, I know you're trying to sell books, but you know, it only takes a minute for somebody to kind of just unravel your bullshit. Your bullshit not even that thick. Your shit is so layman's terms that is ridiculous. It's like elementary bullshit. It's some elementary shit right here, boy.
Looking at the phenotype, like I want to throw Kim Kardashian them out here. because they are a prime example of how black men, how y'all get got. Y'all get got by that, this butterfly attitude. This white woman got a black woman body. They smile and they fine, and y'all forget about the sisters and throw us to the side. That's one of the reasons why we end up with attitudes. But again, like I'm saying,
no, listen. If you ended up with an attitude because some man ended up with Kim Kardashian in that family, couple of men, there's something wrong with you. Go seek some goddamn counsel. There are millions of men out here, millions of women out here, and you're watching TV and determining how people are treating others and how you should treat people based on television. Your mama should have taught y'all better than this bullshit. I promise you, I don't know nothing about Kim Kardashian nor her fucking family. And you shouldn't care. You shouldn't know, number one, and you most definitely shouldn't care if you're over the age of 25. What the fuck is you looking at another people's life for? God damn. I'd rather be on YouTube cussing people out than to be watching some bitch on TV tell us about her family. Ain't shit they gonna do that I can do. I can't do none of that shit. I don't have that type of money, and I'm not gonna give them none of my fucking money neither. Y'all motherfuckers be supporting that bullshit by watching it. Then on top of that, you try to look at your life outside of their lives. They're not gonna be comparable. There's nothing that we could listen. Y'all mamas didn't teach y'all right. The first thing she should have taught you, and if you got children, please, please listen to me right now. Explain to your children that TV, internet, Instagram, Snapchat, all this shit, explain to them that it's for entertainment purposes only and is not to be believed. That is not real life. So they won't be comparing their real lives to fucking other people. Other people you don't even fucking know. We only know what they show us. They only gonna show us what they want to show us, and they only gonna show us the things that'll keep us watching. Even if they gotta make it up. And your ass, 40-something years old, gonna bring up Kim Kardashian, all you little motherfuckers out here who keep bringing up these uh ball players, football players, basketball players, want to talk about the wives, want to talk about what they doing, want to talk about their child support, want to talk about this, what they had to give when they got divorced. What the fuck that got to do with you? You ain't gonna never have to pay nobody no $100,000 a month in child support because you don't even make that in 10 years. Oh my God. You don't even make $100,000 in 10 years. Shit. Making like 10 grand a year. Some shit like that. And you want to talk about you gonna have to pay child support. You don't want to be like Gary Johnson. You don't want to be like so and so. I'm not getting married because look what so and so had to do. Look what Sierra. Sierra ended up with this type of dude and that type of dude. What the hell I got to do with you? You not Sierra and you not those type of dudes. Okay? Ridiculous. Then we got these dumbass idiots. Y'all follow the dumbest people. I watch y'all follow people. They got entertaining people here on YouTube, but y'all be taking that shit with y'all be absolutely listening to what these men say and y'all follow that shit. Uh-oh, Alicia, let's see. My grandson will be born soon and I'm preparing for this thing. And she just hit me up. Let me see what she want to do. We're probably going shopping today. Let me see. Morning, I'm about to get my hair cut. Should take like an hour. Okay. I'm gonna spend some time with my grandchild who's been kicking like kicking his little life away, trying to get into the world soon. I'm excited about that. Listen, on some real shit though. I know I might sound harsh. I come off kind of harsh. It's nothing but love. You know what I mean? Like, um, let's see, look like some. It's nothing but love. Let me go look in this chat room because I wasn't looking in the chat room. I just saw that because I did end up subscribing to her. Okay, dark skin Lauren. Oh, I got surgery. Am I gonna answer this? No, I'm not gonna answer because they're gonna just ask me what medications. I have to get a procedure done. I think wait, when is that procedure? I think it's on the 17th, so I got some time. Okay, anyway, listen. Dark Skin TV Rashida Strober. She got a channel. Y'all check her out. Um, I get it. Nothing wrong with making your money, sister. Do what you do, make your money. But you know what I mean? When you go on live stream, if you don't want to be torn apart, if you don't want what the men were saying in the chat, if you don't want that, you're gonna have to sit down and really define what it is that you say that you started. Like, we would love to give you credit for something that you start, but in order to do that, it got to be definable, right? You should be able to sit down and tell us what darkism is. What the darkism activist? You say you're a darkism activist. What does that mean? What are you supporting? Like, what are you supporting? You're just saying, well, I just support dark-skinned people, dark-skinned women? Or are you saying that, because I'm reading something where she says, it's your futures, wait, let me see, now, something about dark-skinned women as attractive by brainwashed standards. We all know that there are dark-skinned, beautiful dark-skinned women. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like, are you an activist by just spreading the news? Is that what you mean by activism? You're out there spreading the news that dark skin is beautiful? Because I think, for the most part, a lot of us with common sense, and we're going to be honest, I've seen some very beautiful dark skinned people, both males and females. The skin is like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, to me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so I don't know. Like, maybe you should absolutely come up with some I don't know, a sentence or two that defines what the hell you talking about. Because I can't find it, and I'm on your website. Okay, you want to talk about you're not ugly. Black women aren't ugly. Dark skinned women aren't ugly. Okay, we know this. Some people know this, some people don't. But that is subjective, right? Beauty is subjective. Okay. I watch you. I think you're a pretty sister. You know, you're not unattractive. I'm not into women, so I don't judge. You know what I'm saying? I can't be a absolute judge on that because I'm not into women. So it wouldn't even matter if I thought you was ugly or not, right? Yeah, like, you are 40 something years old. At some point, when do you say, hey, I don't give a fuck what you think because I don't even know you? When do that come and seep into your brains? I don't give a fuck if somebody think I'm beautiful. I'm gonna be honest. What do you think I get out of that? A man telling me I'm beautiful. I say thank you. You know, it depends on how I feel that day. I may, end up with a smile on my face. I say thank you to him and tell him he's handsome himself. But when I walk away, that's it. That's it. Because I already knew I was beautiful before he told me that. And it had nothing to do with my outer appearance. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather people tell me I'm a nice person than to say that I'm beautiful. Right? That's what I'd rather hear. But I have people who've been judging me, and because I'm light skinned. I get that. Oh, you're beautiful. You have beautiful eyes. Okay, and then what? Like, I came here to do work. What you telling me I'm beautiful for? Like, what? You know, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm being interviewed, and the guy tells me how pretty my eyes are. I say, thank you. Does that mean I got the job? That's what I want to know. Fuck, I don't. What you telling me I'm pretty for? What you telling me I'm pretty for? I don't know, because I've seen what that has hurt me. I've I've seen where I've applied for jobs and they tell me, well, my looks have hurt me, especially if I'm being interviewed by a woman. She be interviewed by a woman. God damn, I might not never get that job. If I'm being interviewed by a man, though, I'm assured to get that goddamn job, baby. Okay, that's the truth. But it doesn't have something to do with my looks. That might be what got me through the door. I doubt it, because they don't know what you look like when they pull up your application. When I got in the door, though, I know how to speak to people. I know how to have a conversation. I know how to use those buzzwords that they want to hear to get you hired. You might not have if I don't have what I need, the education to back up what they require, then I let them know, hey, I'm a hands-on learner. I know what to say. And I don't let the looks, because my looks, I've heard people say they thought I was stuck up just based on the way I look. Like, what? Farthest thing from me. If I just relied on my looks, I wouldn't have gotten too much of nothing. Because you got people out there who just don't like certain types of women, right? I look like I'm too nice. And so they would think that I couldn't get the job done. They'll think I'm too prissy, right? Too prissy, look like you're not gonna really get in there and really work. Look like you just want to model, be somebody's, eye candy. Hell no. I don't want to do that. Some women do. Anyway, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I said I was gonna go in the chat though, because I don't know if anybody listening, because my channel, this channel is I had to go I can't go live on my big channel. I keep losing channels because of talks like this, keeping it realer than real, fucking all these critics. I don't give a fuck how they feel, and so they report me. It is what it is. That's why I do what I do. Okay. I do what I do. It is what it is. They take my channel away. I don't give a shit. I'm not getting paid anyway. That's why I'm reluctant to put all them goddamn cooking videos back up. Because I had over 100 cooking videos up. I lost a lot of them because a lot of them I did them live. And I did not download them. Now the ones that I recorded, then I still have those. But the ones that I did live, oh, that shit is gone. But it's okay because I cook all the time. Actually going to be cooking and baking today. My son wanted a king cake for the baby shower. And so I'm thinking about making him a king cake. What today is? Wednesday? Today is Wednesday or Thursday? Yeah, Wednesday. So I'll probably make the king cake tonight or tomorrow. Uh, I have a cold. It just won't go away. Even though I haven't had it that long. It just still needs to go away. I need this goddamn cold to go away, goddamn it. Okay? Uh, Everybody in the house got the goddamn cold. Uh, what's this damn account name? Creole and Cajun, right? Yeah. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Oh, here we go. Hey, lady boss. Let me see. Break up the families, turn darker back against light. I agree with you, sister. You're sure right about that. Uh, right about that, sister. Anyway, y'all know I don't have. Yeah, this channel is small. I'm re-putting things back up. I think she's a beautiful sister. That's why I put that picture up. She is a beautiful sister. Okay, um, and I just hate when she walking around acting like people think that she's not beautiful. She shouldn't care. She's too old to even be caring who thinks she's beautiful. Now, I know she's dating. I think she said she has a boyfriend, right? So I get that. I get that part. But I don't see this sister putting on a nice outfit and walking out. I don't see her having no problem getting no man. Where that phone go? Let me see. Hello? Hello?
Email. I wanted to see if you checked out the info I left you there. It's about you being able to genuinely bring in $7,000 every 2 weeks with our exclusive 100% automated business.
How you get off this mailing list?
You know, there's a lot of BS out there.
Yeah, I know you about BS. Just see, I like cussing them out, but they be calling me on these recordings. Okay, cuss their ass out. They stop calling you, but these people, they need to stop with this automated calling bullshit. Calling my goddamn house. Okay. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off here. Rashida Strober, you are a beautiful sister, right? And that's some real shit, right? And it looks like you got your natural hair, and whether you did or didn't, it doesn't matter to nobody but yourself, right? Do what you do. But there's bullshit about asking men to put up with you in your roughness just to get to the gooey center, and it might not work out. You're requiring too much. What I would suggest you do, if you say that you're hard, what you did say, you said it, not me, nobody else. You said that you're very difficult, you're very hard. Then you need to seek out some counseling. Unless you like being hard. And if you like being hard, that's good. Nothing wrong with that. Because there are men who will enjoy that as well. Okay, there are men out there who can handle a sister. But this whining and crying shit and trying to make it like where it needs to be an activist for dark-skinned sisters. Okay, I get what you said it needs to be an activist. Okay, and you the activist. But what are you actually doing? What are your goal? What's your mission? What's the mission statement? What are you doing? Define that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're doing something wrong. I'm just saying you're not doing it right. Sit your ass down and write out a mission statement. So we all will know what the goals are. What are you doing? What you're trying to achieve. If you're just trying to achieve the fact to let people know that you're beautiful, then you need to sit your ass down somewhere because we know that you're beautiful. Okay? That's what I'm going to say about that. Now I'm out.